The aim of NEO is to do quantitative and qualitative evaluations of One Health initiatives. And the reason for doing that is that we have noticed that One Health is a really big movement and that it has a lot of supporters around the world, but we see that institutionalization of this concept is generally lacking. So we thought that if we can help to create evidence of what works and what doesn't work in One Health, that we can help decision makers to see what One Health actually can do and what it can't do, and thereby help them make decisions on resource allocations. In NEO we have 4 working groups that are all working on specific things. Working Group 1 is in charge of developing the evaluation handbook, index and protocol. Working Group 2 is in charge of applying the handbook to a set of case studies. Then we have Working Group 3 that uses the information that is being provided from Working Group 2 in the case studies to do a meta-analysis. And finally, we have Working Group 4, which is in charge of dissemination and stakeholder engagement.
One Health means that we collaborate between various different health sciences, human health, animal health, but we consider also the environment and the ecosystem in which we live. So these are novel integrated research approaches. They are trying to bring together various different disciplines, and that is difficult, and therefore we need evaluation of the methods of these integrated approaches.
Our working group has produced a quite extensive handbook of 230 odd pages on how to evaluate One Health, but it also has produced scientific manuscripts on characteristics of One Health, on how to delineate a One Health system, and on an agenda on how to align One Health with the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as a variety of other scientific outputs.
Working Group 2 of NEO Action was dealing with case studies and with evaluation of case studies. Cost actions are about networking, and we had many people working in their own groups within their own countries. And now within our Working Group 2, they came together, they came to a few ideas how to make a mutual case study with evaluation. And so now we have teams of 3 to 4 countries that did evaluation of case studies.
The biggest achievement was the creation of a group of researchers from very various disciplines that work collectively on the evaluation of a large number of One Health initiatives that we find in the literature.
This network helped me to understand the framework which we actually developed and led to a publication, a blueprint for One Health. And also later we developed the roadmap for One Health until the year 2030. And hopefully even later.
I think having a simple, clear message which defines the benefits for animals, humans and environmental health is probably the most important aspect of a communication strategy for One Health.
Our idea in Germany is to have a One Health Secretariat, and we are still establishing such a platform in Bonn because in Bonn are located several organizations which are still acting in One Health and have several One Health approaches. For example, the United Nations University and the organization of cooperation and the Center of Development Research.
Well, in NEO we did a very innovative job. We did new methodology that can be widespread in the One Health community and Eco Health community. So what I expect is that this methodology is applied and used.
There are some things that we can tell you about this new organization. Because it is coming out of NEO, which is a European organization, we feel this organization should be based in Europe, but we think it should have a global membership. So it should have a narrow base in Europe, but wide membership. We are very interested for instance, in a strong north-south relationship, so that we would have a strong membership from the southern part of the world, from the southern hemisphere of the world. So that's one thing. The other thing is that while we think it will be European-based and broad-based, we feel we should start with small activities and a small focus for what we're going to do. The vision is important, and we want a vision that will resonate with the members of NEO, because if it resonates with these members, then it will be sustainable over time, people will engage in activities, and it should be a successful organization.